Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It is the fourth episode of example solves. So let's start with three white cross example solves and two white cross and three color neutrals. So we see our cross edges right here, here and here, and we also have a potential of x cross. We see that this bar is formed and the edge is already in its place. So we would do a D prime, and instead of doing a L, and that would move this end, by doing F or F prime we would also move this corner. So we would do F prime, R prime, F2, and we say that this is preserved and this is also preserved. So we would do a DU, and we would insert it by doing L, F prime, L prime, and we would do a D2 to fix, and we have an extended cross in the back. So we see this pair right here. So we would solve this by rotating and solving in the back like this. Then we see this corner and this edge. So we would directly go into this by inserting here. We could do a R2, U, L, U2 and insert. Then we have this pair. So to orient, if we rotate and do it in the standard way, we would not orient any of the edges. So to orient it, we would do from it like this: R, U, R prime, and one of our edges is oriented, so we would rotate, insert. Then we have our OLL, PLL. Now let's start with the second white cross example solve. We see our cross edges right here, here and here and here. So to do this, first we would do a L, F, and this cross edges are solved and are a D away. We see that these are matched opposite, so we would do a D prime, so these two would also be opposite, and we could do R prime, F2, and to solve the cross, D2. So we see this corner and this edge, so we would do L, U prime, L prime, and insert this in the back. While inserting, we see these two cross pairs, edge and corner, so we would insert and directly go by a L2 in it and rotate and insert this into the back like this. Then we see this pair, so we could also cancel into it by doing this and insert. Then we have this pair, so we would do it how we normally do and rotate and insert. Then we have OLL, PLL. So let's start with the three color neutral solves. So here we would do the red cross because it's pretty easy. It's just a D2 away to solve these two cross pieces, and if we do the R prime, it would also set up this white red cross edge. So in look ahead, we say that we set up this case. We would avoid this case because it's very hard to preserve. So here we would do a D2, R prime, F, that would set up this case. We also see that this case is also paired, so we would do a L prime D prime. So first we would insert, if we insert this first, we would again do this pair. So to avoid this, we would insert this one first by doing a U2 L U L prime, and we would cancel in by doing L2 U L. Then we have this pair, so we would do a R prime U R and insert. We see that this pair is paired, so we would insert and again insert by R U2 R prime. Then we have our OLL PLL. So let's start with our fourth solve. So to do the fourth solve, we have the yellow cross and our edges right on these spots. So if we do a L and D D D R prime D F, that would give us our cross solved. So we see that this corner and this pair would come in our upper layer, so we would do them as a first pair. And L U prime D, we say that by doing a R prime D F, that sets up this pair, and we would do this pair by rotating and inserting. Then we see this pair, so we could directly do this. Here we could do a little keyhole by doing D prime R. Then we have this pair, we would do our advanced solution that I told in first advanced F12 for advanced solvers case. That would be M prime U prime wide L U wide L U prime M prime. Then we have this OLL and then Y permutation. So let's start with our last solve. Here we see the blue cross is pretty easy because two cross edges are already solved, and if we do a U prime, that also goes this pair in, and we could see this pair in the cross to directly transit into F12. This won't be affected because our solution would be R2T and R prime to insert this pair. So our solution would be U prime R2 T R prime D prime, and we see that this pair is unsolved, so we would rotate and solve this in the back. We see this pair pairing up, so inserting and directly going into this pair. Then we see this pair, so we would do R prime U prime R U prime R prime and rotate and insert. Then we directly see this corner and this edge, so we would rotate and just do it normally. Then we have our OLL sorry, that was a mistake, and PLL.